What's up everyone, King Carb's back again to discuss a Monotype meta update. So today the Dynamax has been unbanned from the Monotype format, and Dynamax has been a point of contention for quite some time now in singles competitive, as many people would argue it is too strong or too unpredictable, but the council have decided now to give it a try in the Monotype format, so I will link this article in the description down below if you want to read it. So let's jump into our Pokemon. So I'm going to discuss 6 Pokemon today that I think might be interesting in this new meta that you might have fun climbing with. First off, we have Salamence, and why Salamence is so good is because it has Moxie, and this is to increase its attack stage every time a KO is scored. This paired with its Stab Max Airstream will allow it to increase its stage in speed as well as attack every time it gets a KO, which I shouldn't have to explain is pretty fantastic. And if one stage of attack is simply not enough for you, don't worry because I have you covered. Brick Break turns into Max Knuckle, and Max Knuckle will allow you to increase your attack stage every time it's used, potentially allowing you to get 2 stages of attack every time a KO is scored. Now you might be thinking, what are those pesky fairy types? Well, do not worry, I have you covered. With Iron Tail, you can use Max Steel Spike, which will give you the Moxie boost every time you score a KO against these fairies, as well as increasing your defensive stage too, which is pretty good to add to Salamence's decent bulk. So next up we have a similar Pokemon in Gyarados. I won't go too much detail to Gyarados as it's much the same principle as Salamence, except now its Max Geyser will allow it to rain. So rain will mean its further Max Geysers will be even stronger every time it clicks it, as well as getting your Moxie boosts. That's going to be pretty fantastic. We also have Power Whip handy in case you're worried about any water absorbers in the tier like Gastrodon or Seismitoad, and finally Bounce for your Max Airstream to increase your speed of stage. So that's set for Gyarados to be a ferocious threat. Next up we have a Lucha, and Lucha is in a similar position to the first two, except this time we don't even have to worry about 4 moves, simply 2 moves is enough. Because both its fighting and flying moves are stab, we can click buttons and get stages in attack or speed depending on what we see fit. On top of that, with its Unburden we can simply click Close Combat to double its speed as 2 stages, or double its speed, before it even Dynamaxes, allowing it to outspeed pretty much every other Dynamaxer in the tier, while still being able to get more speed with Acrobatics or Close Combat in Dynamax. Good stuff, Lucha. Next up we have Zapdos, and honestly there's not too much to say about Zapdos. It's pretty much the same as Lucha but even scarier, so let's move along. You might be thinking, hey, that's a lot of flying types you just discussed there, and flying types are already pretty good, and you're probably right. So if you are one of the 2 rock type players out there, don't worry, I've got you covered. Nihilego is sure to rise as a decent check to these flying types. Its part poison typing gives it neutrality to fighting unlike other rock types. As well as that, it becomes a hugely threatening Dynamax sweeper. With the stat spread, you will easily be able to gain stages in speed or a special attack. Because of Beast Boost, when it gets a KO, its speed increases a stage. Sludge Bomb turns into Max Ooze, allowing you to increase its special attack at stage 2, making this thing essentially a special version of the Pokemon I've mentioned previously. However, if you're worried about Celesteela, we also have Max Thunder, which is pretty good. No complaints there. And finally, Nihilego, after Dynamaxing, can use Power Herb and Meteor Beam to get another stage in special attack and speed at once. Good stuff, Nihilego. And finally, if you simply don't want to try like me, you can use Ditto with Imposter. It will copy everything I've discussed above and even stronger. Quite simple. So to clarify, this was a joke. I'm fairly certain it's an April Fool's prank on behalf of the council. I just thought it'd be fun to play along. I will be back with my regular Monotype videos soon, and I hope to see you in the next video. With that, I hope you have a fantastic day and take care everyone.